We stand for bow to the Buddha, bow to the Sangha, bow to take. Bow to the Buddha, bow to Most Venerable Te, bow to the Sangha. Thank you. Please be seated. I breathe in, I calm my body. I breathe out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. So, Craig, do you want to let them know about recording?
Sure. In the past, we have recorded sessions like this. Our plan for this retreat was we're going to record tonight, tomorrow night, and then the ceremony on Sunday. And normally we edit it together and produce it similar to what we're doing with the BSI courses. But instead of making them unlisted, we make them available to anybody that might want to view them. So we have a few people that expressed interest in seeing the recordings, especially at the ceremony on Sunday. So before we proceeded, we just wanted to let you know that, and you're free to object. We have, I think, two choices. One, if two choices, we could just not record. We could turn it off at certain points, or after the fact, when I edit, I can delete anything that people might have realized they didn't want to have be public. So.
Any objections, any opinions?
What do you mean public? It's still unlisted, but only to members of us.
In the past, we have not done that. That's just with the BSI, we've done that. With anything like this, we just have it out there so anybody can see it on YouTube. Yeah, they search for Dharma, they'll come across this.
So if we have a concern, can we just approach you after and say,
Yes,
please
yes,
don't include that part?
yes. Yeah, and I have done that before. It's $5 for.
Yes,
My just one small piece of concern for the sake of online privacy would be a request not to use full first and last names in any spoken or written thing that would be published publicly.
Okay. Yeah, I think I
we usually don't.
observe that. Just use a first name. Thank you.
So are we good?
Oh,
No, thank you.
you're welcome.
Do we all agree? Thank you. Okay, so, Fablan? You want me to put? But I'll let you know when. Okay. You want us to stand up? No, I'll let you know.
Beginning anew is a practice for maintaining healthy relationships and healing difficult relationships. The Dharma Teacher Order has adapted this practice from the Plum Village tradition, and it is now one of our key practices. Thich Nhat Hanh tells us that beginning anew is not to ask for forgiveness. Beginning anew is to change your mind and heart to transform the ignorance that brought about wrong actions of body, speech, and mind, and to help you cultivate your mind of love. All wrongdoings arise in the mind. It is through the mind that wrongdoings can disappear. So let us use a few moments of our precious time together to begin anew.
Great.
Please stand facing the Buddha, turning toward the Buddha. When you hear the sound of a small bell, please make a full prostration or a half bow according to your needs. With great respect, we turn towards the conqueror of afflictions, offering heartfelt words of repentance. We have lived in forgetfulness for a long time. As we have not had the opportunity to encounter the Dharma, our habit energies have led us into suffering. We have made many mistakes out of unskillfulness. We have been blinded by our wrong perceptions for a very long time. Our heart's garden is sown with attachment, hatred, and pride. In us are seeds of killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, and lies. Our everyday deeds and words do damage. All these wrong actions are obstacles to our peace and joy. Let us begin anew. We see that we have been thoughtless, straying from the path of mindfulness. We have stored up afflictions and ignorance, which have brought about so much aversion and sorrow. There are times we have been weary of life because we are so full of anxiety. Because we do not understand others, we are angry and resentful. First, we try to reason with each other, then we blame. Every day, the suffering increases, making the rift greater. There are days when we are unwilling to speak to each other, unwilling to look each other in the face. And we create internal formations which last for a long, long time. Now we turn to the three jewels. Sincerely recognizing our errors, we bow our heads. We know so well that in our consciousness are buried all the wholesome seeds, seeds of love and understanding, and seeds of peace and joy. But because we do not know how to water them, the wholesome seeds do not sprout fresh and green. We continue to allow sorrow to overwhelm us until there is no light in our lives. When we chase after a distant happiness, life becomes but a shadow of the reality. Our mind is occupied by the past or worrying about this or that in the future. We cannot let go of our anger, and we consider of no value the precious gifts of life which are already in our hands, thereby trampling on real happiness. As month follows month, we are sunk in sorrow. So now, in the precious presence of the Buddha, fragrant with sandalwood incense, we recognize our errors and begin anew. With all our heart, we go for refuge, turning to the Buddhas in the 10 directions and all the bodhisattvas, noble disciples, and self-achieved Buddhas. Very sincerely, we recognize our errors and the mistakes of our wrong judgments. Please bring the balm of clear water to pour on the roots of our afflictions. Please bring the raft of the true teachings to carry us over the ocean of sorrows. We vow to live an awakened life, to practice smiling and conscious breathing, and to study the teachings authentically transmitted. Diligently, we shall live in mindfulness. We come back to live in the wonderful present, to plant our heart's garden with good seeds, and to make strong foundations of understanding and love. We vow to train ourselves in mindfulness and concentration, practicing to look and understand deeply, to be able to see the nature of all that is, and so to be free of the bonds of birth and death. We learn to speak lovingly, to be affectionate, to care for others, whether it is early morn or late afternoon, to bring the roots of joy to many places, helping people to abandon sorrow, to respond with deep gratitude to the kindness of parents, teachers, and friends. With deep faith, we light up the incense of our heart. We ask the Lord of compassion to be our protector on the wonderful path of practice. We vow to practice diligently, cultivating the fruits of this path. Please be seated.
Good evening, everyone. Good to see you all again. It's always a joy to be together. It's a joy to have Tay here. Thank you, Tay, for coming. We welcome you. Thank you for your presence and your teachings. We have also Fernando, who has been the director, chairperson, big hancho of the DTO for many years. He and Maeve and Janet Rial have carried the DTO on their shoulders for many years, and we thank you for that, Fernando. He's gonna give us some introductory remarks before we do reports. Surprise, Fernando.
Yeah, well, welcome everybody. It's great to get together and to share, our experiences. I think this retreat is usually a way to get to know each other because we're come from different parts of the country, and also to hear what everybody else is doing, to see if we can learn and further develop our practices. So that I think we use this session a little bit, maybe to going from each one of the areas of the Sanghas to hear what they have been doing for the past year. So that I guess I'll start with the New York Sangha. Elena's here with me from the New York Sangha. I don't see anybody else. Maeve will be here tomorrow. So what and Conrad. And Ellen's right over here. I can't see her. She's sitting next to me. Sally, yes. So that I guess that one of our activities, like Maeve has this Tuesday night. It's a group that meets more or less like doing Dharma sharing and meditation every Tuesday. It's a real great place to chat and know how we're all doing, trying to water our good seeds and develop practices. So that has been continuing. Maeve has been doing it for years now. Then Maeve and I teach here at this retreat center. We do a couple of interfaith dialogues a year, one in June and one in September. This year we're doing the first in June is on Sikh wisdom, and the one in September is based on a book called Amen Effect, written by a Jewish rabbi from the West Coast, that talks about a particular practice that we try to learn from. And as well as we teach a couple other courses. We go on we're teaching a course on Mary Magdalene through the Buddha's eyes, and as well as letting go, a course that we did last year, but we're doing it again this October. And then we also teach a course in Worcester Community College on an introduction to Buddhism, mostly for it's for a retired group of people who have long time learners. We do it every like October and November, and we do other talks in different places, wherever they want us to come. We did a talk with at a synagogue in southern Westchester a couple of weeks ago. Very nice interaction with a group of people that were interested in hearing about Buddhism. So we are trying to involve in outreach, this kind of outreach type of activities. Outside of that, I don't know if I don't know if Sally or Ellen or do you have anything else to add?
The Seekers Book Club.
Oh, yeah, we do have a book club. It's more or less looking at mystical side of life. Currently we're reading a book by Carl Jung called The Red Book. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but we've read the Tao Te Ching, we read a bunch of the Quran. We just finished that last year. So it's we meet every other Monday for this. This is not a DTO activity, but it's mostly populated by DTO members. So,
Thank you, Fernando. Do you want to report on the Buddhist correspondence course?
Do you want me to do a brief Texas Sangha report or just talk about the Buddhist correspondence course?
Oh, you have the Texas Sangha as well. You do both. Yeah,
I'll
whatever.
do them both in a concise fashion, I promise.
Whatever works for you.
So I start with the Texas Sangha, and we have several activities at our temple for English-speaking people, and John doesn't go to our temple, but he's fully participating in all of our activities for English speakers, whether he's in person or on Zoom. So thank you for that, John. So, so at our temple, we have a Wednesday evening meditation from 1 hour every Wednesday evening, and it's been going on for many years, and that's how I got introduced to the temple all those many years ago. And so we have a nice, interesting group now, and it seems to be growing lately. And a few people from that group have joined the BSI class as audit. And where's Chris?
Right there.
There. And Chris as a certificate student and a wonderful Sangha member. So, you know, we're really enjoying that, as well as the once a month English speaking service on the first Saturday of every month. And those are all on Zoom. So if you get an email from me about that, you will, and you could certainly join us anytime you like. Besides that, we still have our prison ministry in person going at our temple. And right now we're going to 2 state prisons. And I just got another email from the regional chaplain try to get me to go to another one. So, you know, we'll see if I have the time. But you know, they're being more receptive to us in our area, which is a lot to say for Texas. You know, so it's still a struggle, but you know, bit by bit, we're getting in there, and it's been a wonderful experience for all of us who have participated in that. What else about our temple in particular? Those are the English speaking activities, basically, that are in our temple. Now, the Buddhist correspondence course is for those because there's quite a few new people here, so I wanted to say a little bit about it. In 2005, that's when the course began. And Richard Baxa was affiliated with the Buddhist Association of the United States, BAUS, at the Chuanyin Temple. So he was receiving a lot of letters and so forth from inmates all over the country, working on, they had a free book program going on, which they still do. And people were asking questions. Do you know about a course? Is there someplace we could go to learn about Buddhism? And at that time, there really wasn't. So Richard did develop the course. It was approved by Bhikkhu Bodhi. And then, of course, so we got the curriculum, got the books. Chuanyin agreed to donate all the books free of charge to the prisoners that were on the curriculum. And then we needed mentors and administrators. And so so Richard approached Ty, who was at that time in Connecticut, right? And at a temple there, and asked if perhaps he could provide mentors through the Dharma teacher order. And he said yes. And he also became the spiritual director of the course. And so that happened, and then Adrian and Richard Baxa administered the operations for many years. So that's the nutshell. The curriculum, oh, I already said all that, good for me. In 2017, Adrian and Richard decided they wanted to start maybe moving toward retirement a little bit. And by a series of fortunate synchronicities of sorts, John and I landed in that position to help take over those responsibilities. So in 2017, we started training with them. And in 2018, we took over the daily operations with their mentorship and still, of course, always helping, always there to help. So that's how it is now. Richard has passed away on last month. And when that happened, they contacted us and asked us to continue. So I would take over the prison program, and we'll continue on as we have been for all these years. And so the course is solid and funded, and unless we die, we've got people to run it. I mean, it'll happen someday, but not just yet. So just we hope. Just so those of you who haven't been around will know that the course was designed to familiarize the students with the life of the Buddha, concepts, theory, and practice of Buddhism. That basic and simple. And the goal for all these are incarcerated people, all of them, to help students integrate Buddhism into their life by showing how Buddhist practices can reduce unskillful states of mind, such as anger, hatred, and to cultivate skillful states of mind, such as equanimity and compassion. I won't go into any of the details, but it's been very successful over the years.
I think we have distinguished two different courses. The one course is for the inmate.
This is it, the Buddhist correspondence course. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and the second thing I like to mention is that I don't think Bhikkhu Buddhi have any role in that, because when we started was the year 2000. At that time, Bhikkhu Buddhi is not a transient yet.
I think, well, Richard had told me it was in 2005, but that's okay. But it's nevertheless, the curriculum is solid. And, it's basically the same that we've had all these years, and it's maintained. It's maintained its usefulness all these years.
Tell them about how many prisoners we have?
Right now, we have 609 students currently enrolled and about 90 mentors. There's a few of them that I need to assign. So we'll probably very shortly, we'll probably have 625 students.
How many people have we have been acquainted with? How many prisoners have joined us in the past?
Well, our
10,000
database,
now.
Through the
yeah,
What?
our
Above
database,
10,000.
yeah, is huge. So that's an interesting point, because all those people that they not necessarily take the course, but what they have done is to make contact, to inquire about Buddhism or to inquire about the course or whatever. So they've made contact with us in some way, and no matter what happens to them, we respond to them and plant that seed. We don't know when it's going to manifest, but we know our job is to plant the seeds. So that right now, it's very difficult for a prisoner to complete the course. It takes a long time. There are many, many obstacles, too numerous to mention. So after all, we have 68 graduates right now who've been through the whole thing and graduated. One person who's done it twice. And right now, there are 4 or 5 of them who are on the last book, so soon to graduate. And that sounds like a very small number, but the conditions that these people are in are really hard to imagine. So those who do finish are certainly a very special group of people. We are very proud of them. I told you it would be short. That's the basics. And what I would like to say is that I'll be sending an email out to those of you who are not mentors. And there are quite a few who are, many, many people here. But if you're not a mentor already, I'll be sending out a little information to you. And please feel if you find that you might be called to mentor some of these students. It's all correspondence. You know, all through me. It's very safe. They can come and murder me anytime, but they'll never know who you are. So, but you know, so I'll just you'll be hearing from me soon. And if you're, if you feel called to do that, please get in touch with me, and I'll be happy to sign you up.
Well, then, how many people
I'd like
are
to-
on the waiting list?
We don't have anybody on the waiting list
Good.
right now. I just assigned Tom Duva. He called, he came to our meeting the other day. I hadn't seen him, but he came and he said that in honor of Richard, that he would like to take another student. And so the last one I had right at that moment, I assigned. But when I get home, there'll be lots more males, so there'll be more students to assign. Yeah.
And I just want to add and clarify a little bit on those students who are going through the 4-year program for a certificate. We ask volunteer. We seriously ask that you consider becoming mentors. You don't have to have 200 students. Or I started with 5, and I had about a year or 2 ago I decided to take 10, but their responses, because of the conditions, are very spaced, very separate from one another, so you really are never overwhelmed. And it's a wonderful experience in it. I know it gives me deep joy to be able to communicate and to hear their voices, because they trust you. They give you themselves to you. And so to have that precious being in your hands is a privilege. So please consider.
Sometimes that person you may be the only person that they have contact with the outside world. That happens very often.
And also when you enroll as a mentor, you have an option to select another name other than your real name, whether it's Dharma name or any assumed name. You can use that name to communicate through correspondence with the inmates.
So we take very good care of your security.
And the way it's set up is that you get a question and you get the answer.
Yeah.
So you don't have to figure out the answer to the question. You already have the answer.
We got a cheat sheet, but then you add your own, your own self to that. Yeah. So, but I'll send you some stuff.
Questions.
Hmm?
And sometimes you get asked hard questions.
Oh, you do? Yeah. And isn't that fun? But it's good, it's a quite an experience. So I mean, I really urge you to try it. I think you'll find that it's very not only enjoyable but very, very rewarding.
And as we were speaking to earlier, teaching makes you a good teacher.
It sure
And-
helps,
and-
right?
Yes, absolutely. And like Fernando said, you have the key. You have the key in the book, right? So
You get a
know
mentor's
you have the
manual.
answer
Yeah.
already, so it's not difficult at all.
And the first time when I went through that program, some of the material teaching, when you go through, you can learn yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, so
Actually, that's what I meant. You learn by teaching. That's what I meant.
that's it. We got it. Anyway, so please
We
consider.
got your number.
Raise your hand if you're already a mentor, please, so let Ty see what beautiful participation we have here. Yeah. Thank you all.
I think usually before we have the online course, we have a different group And all the students in the Dharma class, we encourage them to be the mentor for the for the BCC program. So I think now we should also do the same thing.
Usually at the end of the year, after people have had a year already with us, then I announce this and then I go after them. Yeah, so yeah, just to give them a little time with us first. But you'll see, you'll be getting some applications soon.
Yeah.
All the mentors, all the applications, they come to me and then I send those to Ty. And he reviews those. And
Applications for mentorship.
yeah, applications to be a mentor in the course. So, and he looks over those and will approve those. And when he has approved it, then I will assign.
It's really hard to fail.
But yeah, so it's an amazing thing to be involved in, and it started with the DTO because you, Adrian and Richard, were in the first graduating class with Ty at the first class of ordained Dharma teachers. So it's been with Ty and
Bishop Baksa, Adrian Zipoli, Richard Zipoli,
yep.
Julie, no, Julie later.
Yes.
But at that time, we didn't have ordained Dharma teachers, right? I mean, they just graduated from the course.
Yeah, that's just
You started in 2005 or something like that to ordain teachers.
Well, I know they had their sash. And then they got ordained as priests. So, yeah. Anyway, so it's a beautiful program, born from Ty and Richard, really, the two of them.
And you compare it to what's available out there, and it's probably not too many classes that teach whole of Buddhism.
And that it's accessible.
And it's accessible
to the population. That's the most difficult part, because of course they don't have access to the internet. Not like us, we,
Yeah,
it's
a lot of
easy.
other programs.
All kind of programs are online.
Refer patients to us
Yeah.
because we have that system already.
So anyway, please think about, even if you never thought about prison ministry, what? That's what I thought. Yeah, prison ministry, who would want to do that? I do. I just didn't know it. So, give it a try. I think you may love it. Kathleen going out.
Yeah, Tron Yen, you remember one month he was the abbot of Tron Yen, he asked you, are you the Dharma teacher? What's his name again?
Dhamadipa?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dhamadipa. So, Fernando, are you Dharma teacher? Fernando says, yeah, the teacher for the primary school also teacher.
He told me that, well, we spent a year learning the Heart Sutra, and you're covering it in one class.
Yeah.
And you go as a teacher and say, well, we need teachers teaching the kindergarten
That was the best answer I ever heard. That's a beautiful answer. Yeah. It's so true.
But talking about prison ministry, we have members here who have been also do prison ministry. I know he is on prison ministry. Conrad.
Right.
Still does some.
Oh, yeah, he does a lot.
You want to talk about your experience, Conrad?
Yeah, I mean, our hearts are just pregnant with love and kindness and compassion. And I know that the BCC is very alive and well inside because some of the brothers will come up and actually ask me questions about the books as we're practicing Sangha.
That's nice.
And, it's a calling. That's
It
all I
is.
can say.
It is.
And to go in and to feel the to see, as we walk in this room, we leave a different person. And it's the same with the brothers. They come in angry and they leave with warmth and love and kindness in their hearts. It's a very beautiful experience.
I love it. I've never been into a woman's prison. Isn't that funny? Just all, and I love those guys. You know, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Anyway, we have some women in the course, but in person, we've only been to the men.
Is there anything else you wanted to hear about it?
What else do you wanna give us?
Where
Well, I go into Donovan State Correctional Facility in Otay Mesa. And I usually right now, I've been on all the yards. I started with Sweetwater Zen Center. And then they retired, and then another group took over, they retired. So now I'm solo, so I go in by myself. And I share the Dharma, and it's not only, I think we were talking about it, it's not only sharing Dharma with the brothers, but as you know, our practice is not binary. We don't turn it on and off. So the driving is the practice. Walking into the grocery store to get the water, you're connecting and offering the practice. With the officers and with the staff. So when I enter the admin building, I have to go through many checkpoints. And so as a protocol, you empty your bag. So I bring in the mindfulness bell, I bring in the Buddha, I bring in other items. And so it's a beautiful opportunity to share the Dharma because they'll say, oh, the bell. So I can offer a teaching on inviting the bell. And I'll show it, and they're like, oh, you try it. And then they're just so happy. And then they'll ask, why is the Buddha so fat? You know? So we have this beautiful conversation, and they don't want to be there. They're there to get the pension, do their time also, feed their families, and to just soften their hearts just for an evening is so beautiful. And it's the same with the brothers. They will come in, and then they will, they help each other with the kindness, and that's really where the teaching happens. There was one event where, the prisons are very segregated according to race and everything, and so there were two different races, and there's usually not an intermix. And so the one brother was a new practitioner, so the other brother who's not of that race said, if you have any questions, I'm in the TV room at this time, come by, and, ask the questions and I'll get you the answer, so there's that interconnection where there shouldn't be the difference. So it's a very beautiful, miraculous, transformative, healing calling. Anything else?
I think also in the program, we publish the newsletter. And that is a way to let inmates communicate with each other. They put poems, arts, and when they send those in, we put together all their works into the newsletter. And their name signed theirs, and we distribute that to all the inmates in the program. So they know each other and try to connect that way.
Some states don't permit that though, so I have two sets. I have one with the names and I have a no name one I sent out because certain states, they don't want that because they think they're gonna communicate and find each other and that's a legitimate concern, but we try.
Does anybody have any questions for Conrad?
One more, please do, but a new little wrinkle in the Sangha is that now Governor Newsom disbanded death row. So the death row inmates have now been distributed to the various state prisons, and we have two death row inmates in our Sangha, and how powerful that is. And they've been long-term practitioners. So, there's no teacher, really. We are each other's teacher. There's no leveling. It's just a beautiful process. And they'll say, wow, I did this by myself for 20 years, all alone. It's really cool to do it with a group. That's a beautiful wrinkle, and just to share that wisdom amongst each other is just unfathomable.
Thank you, Conrad. And I must disagree with you. You're not alone. We are with you. Our love is
You
with
know
you.
what? That is so true. And they'll mention Taplani sometimes, you know, because they communicate with them. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I know you're not true.
I'm watching you.
Oh, boy.
So we have the Missouri Sangha and we have the Connecticut Sangha. Who's the spokesperson for Connecticut? Oh, and we have Miami too. Do you want to go now?
Sure.
Thank you, DTO family. We're doing mainly the things we've been doing for a long time. So with English speaking services, we have services twice a week on Sunday mornings. Chanting and meditation, and then Dharma class, and on Wednesday evenings the same. And then once a month we have a day of mindfulness. And when we're able to, it's been a little hit and miss lately because of the calendar. When we're able to, we have extended practice and overnight retreat as well. So if you happen to be going through Southwest Missouri on the third weekend of the month, join us for a monthly retreat, day of mindfulness and retreat. And it's our teacher, Tai Chan, has been really emphasizing for our Wednesday classes now for several months how long we've been going through the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. So
More than a year.
yeah, so we're studying the Four Noble Truths on Wednesday evenings. And for more than a year on Sunday mornings, we've been studying the Metta Sutta and how to develop a loving kindness practice when conditions do not favor having a loving kindness practice. So those have been really good, deep practices. And appreciate the time we get to spend together. We also have several of our members are, or at least a few now, I don't know how many, are mentors for the prison correspondence course. And we also have a Dharma class at, we have the Federal Medical Prison in Springfield. So we have a Dharma class there. And Fap has just been able to start joining us there. And that's a lovely thing. We also, because we're such a small group and we don't get to do as much as maybe we would aspire to, so we encourage a lot of volunteering and participation in community for our socially engaged practice. And so, you know, we're trying to support and encourage each other to be active in the community, to embody the Dharma, you know, wherever we are. But we do continue to do some food insecurity work. We do every month. Most months we do we pack non-perishable meal kits for a local youth shelter called Rare Breed, and we continue to do that. And so those are kind of our ongoing activities. Am I forgetting anything, Holly or Kwangfat? That's our ongoing activities. I would with great gratitude say that we had a lovely gathering in December.
Oh,
And
yes.
Most Venerable was able to join us, as well as Kaplan and Elena and John. And we were having the hosting every year. The Lamte Chukdan lineage holds a national gathering for people to come together to celebrate our lineage and to also encourage one another, be together, and to do some planning, all those kind of things. And we got to host is rather a once in a lifetime kind of hosting probably for us. And it's a very special time, and Most Venerable gave some wonderful teachings while he was there. And that was very special. And then we do also celebrate some regional activities, like we're having regional Vesak is going to be at Kwanam Temple in Katy City. I don't know. I mean, it's nearby you. I don't know if it's so several of us will be up there April 26th and 27th for Regional VSOC in Kansas City. And those are special times to kind of our ever branching lineage tree, you know, to be able to come together and celebrate with one another. So those are some of the things going on, and there's a lot of things in store as well, but those are kind of the highlights. Unless
Do you want to mention the Hungry Ghost ceremony coming up at our?
Oh,
center?
yeah. Well, again, if you happen to be passing through Southwest Missouri, May 11th, we'll celebrate VSOC at our temple, and Tai Chan was saying that we're going to be able to do the fuller Hungry Ghost ceremony, the one like
Mhm.
at our
Yeah,
ordination that can last 2 or 3 hours.
That was, I was so
It's very
thrilled to be able to be there for that.
yeah, and on that note too, I should say, we also offer online options. We live stream our services and a lot of our holiday events on Facebook, on the Dinklong Temple Facebook page. And then we also have, for all our Dharma classes, Wednesdays, Sundays, and the days of mindfulness, the Dharma classes are offered online through Google Meet. We don't have a paid Zoom account, so we have a Google Meet instead. So if you're looking for more to add to your practice calendar, you're always welcome to join us for those things. Am I missing anything, Holly? Okay. Yeah, that's. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So, our time is, we're supposed to be ending this in less than 20 minutes. So and we still have to, I still have to report on BSI. So who is the spokesperson for the Connecticut Sangha?
Well, we didn't do much. We did have a day of mindfulness at the new Buddhist light, or the light of Buddha. What was the name of the temple? The new temple?
I heard it down someplace, I don't recall.
Yeah. Venerable came to Hartford, which was the most venerable came to Hartford, and we had a day of mindfulness. It was a wonderful new temple. He hasn't opened it yet. It's going to be gorgeous. You guys have to come. It's an old Catholic church that was taken over by a Spanish ecumenical, and then but it was built like in the 1800s, and it has this huge organ loft.
Wow.
And a bell all the way in the top, but he's brought in this like 300-ton Buddha and instead of the altar, and he's got these plates that have Buddha and these tiles, Buddha
Thousands
tiles,
of these little tiles on
and
the
he's
wall.
the
lined
whole
with
sanctuary.
But he's gonna be
And
painting.
put them all over the sanctuary, and he's tiled them all, and he's gonna make them all gold. But he hasn't replaced the stained glass windows, so all the stations of the cross are on the.
Well, that's okay too.
And it actually fits because it's wonderful, because it's there's something like the Buddha's light or something. And so it all fits, because once the light comes through those windows and shines on all those Buddhas, boy, it's gonna be bright. We did that. Julie's still doing a online English meetup on Thursdays. And the first Thursday of every month, we have it in person at the High Pagoda. The Vietnamese community is, wow. Okay, yeah, the temple ladies will greet you and feed you. You will not go hungry. Every Saturday, or every Sunday, they've actually had one day of mindfulness every month so far. And we went up to Blue Cliff for a tour. And the monk who is doing that refurb, he also goes up to Springfield, and I've been up there once, and it's called the Shaolin Temple in Springfield. And it's a beautiful place. It literally has a pagoda.
Oh,
So if you get a chance.
Yeah,
Sure.
he is a martial arts teacher.
Yes, he is a martial arts teacher.
So there's couple things I wanted to add. So this temple, I think, is Lutheran, and it's not in the greatest part of Hartford, and it looks like it's abandoned. It really looked terrible. When we were planning to go, I was a little bit concerned whether or not they had bathrooms in there and other things. Went inside, and it was spectacular. And there's a house in back where I think he might live when he's in Hartford. Where Ty stayed. That is beautiful. And then we went inside this church, and it was the large room we met in was perfect, and then this temple room with this giant Buddha was just like knock your socks off. And his explanation was he wants to get the inside all done, and then he'll do the outside and open to the public. When they like, everybody's like, wow, by this. But I went by a week ago, and it still looks like it's abandoned.
But it's not.
He had said that he was hoping to start offering things to the public there in May. It seems unlikely given that I haven't spoken to him, but coincidentally, Richard Zippoli wrote to me a couple of days ago and said that Lee Lapp, who is a translator from High on Pagoda that works with this monk, and because his English is none. She wrote to Richard and said that we have another invitation from Reverend Zung. He's invited Connecticut DTO members to have another day of mindfulness at the temple in New Hartford. Richard said he's not going to be able to make it, but he wants us. We need to have somebody volunteer, be a point person for organizing this, but all Connecticut and New York people are invited to attend, and anybody else which wants to come too. But anyway, so we have an invitation for another day of mindfulness.
Cool.
Sometime in spring.
you good, Connecticut?
Good.
Thank you.
So one more, and so thank you. So 3 years ago, Ty asked me and Bobby and Ted to be teachers. So so we were. It took us a while to find a place, and we did find a place to have a weekly meditation group. We started it. It was on the UConn campus. It was a small group. We did have some local people, but it remained small, and at some point, people had to leave for various reasons, work related and things, and then I moved. And so meeting with Ted and a couple other local people at that time, we said, we just don't have kind of critical mass to keep this going now. But from it, we definitely, there were some very inspiring meditation meetings. We did teachings, and I think helped to plant seeds. Some of the people who went, we lined them up with for their awareness, another meditation group that was going on nearby at Eastern Connecticut State College. And so, I think we did some good work, and it was good, and it manifested for a while, and now it's not. And I'm in West Hartford, so I'm close to Hartford and New Britain now. So I just passed my email to Richard to get the info on the group that he's working with there.
Yeah, he retired soon and he worked full time for this year.
We counting on that. You cannot deny it. Teo?
Yes, Thai Sangha. I don't have mine is a little more, my song is a little more in the spirit of punk rock. Do it yourself. As most of you know, we moved from a physical space in a theater that I was actually a board member at, and it was my actually creative home during the pandemic. And we went to Zoom, and in Zoom got better attendance because no one has to, you don't have to go anywhere. But I also got attendance from other parts of the nation. And then during that time, some of my Sangha members moved to go to graduate school. So they're all around. So when things opened back up, I decided to continue it on Zoom. And I do have a home Zendo, which is actually where I started. So I Zoom from my home Zendo, and we meet in the mornings, Tuesday mornings, and we've gone through a few books actually as part of our discussion. We began with No Mud, No Lotus, and then we moved on to the teachings of the Buddha, the Thich Nhat book. That's what it's called, right?
The heart of the.
Heart of the
The
Buddhist
Heart of the
teaching.
Buddhist teaching.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then so now we're actually we're doing pieces every step. We just kind of open up wherever, and then we read that one passage and then we discuss that. And it is a formal practice. It is, from my home, zooming in from my home Zendo, so we have incense offering in the whole nine. I also offer at home actually during the winter months, because Miami is the opposite of the rest of the nation. So that's when it's nice to be outside. So during the winter months, I offer a full moon sitting in my backyard, where I have a Zen garden, including pond, and it's really beautiful at night during the full moon. And then, and of course, as mentioned, I co-lead with Fernando and Maeve, the silent retreat, which some of you have been to more than once, and it's something that's it's one of my favorite projects, right? And the dates just came out. We have we're back here in June, and he has the correct dates. What are the dates?
20 to 22nd, I think. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We do the same as the Saturday.
Will you send those out to them?
Have we already? We'll have to send it.
I believe Craig did.
The silent-
I saw the list of.
I don't think I've done any new ones. I did through this.
You know when you.
There's some inside
when you
trading
send
because
the,
some people already signed up.
Oh, okay.
you know what, when you send the text for this retreat, you had the list of all the silent retreats.
Oh, okay.
They were there.
I guess I better than I
Well, actually, how did you find out?
Just from.
Oh, Fernando. Who else? Because I don't sell. You already signed up, and who
Yeah,
else?
and I think Julie
But
and.
we got 4 people signed up, yeah.
Okay. Well, we're confirmed here in Marindale for June, for sure. So we'll send that out, and then we have one in October that's still on the fence. We don't have the dates nailed down yet. Oh, but yes, and two of my Sangha members, one who's actually in the midst of getting her PhD. Oh, and I will announce those let me just finish one thought first. She's actually in the certificate programs, Dharma teacher. I have another one of my mentees who's, I think she's auditing right now, correct? Ines. And I just, for those of you who know, who were here at the last retreat, it's Samantha who I'm talking about. And her and Gio, her husband, who attended the last retreat. Gio's mom just passed away. So they were going through, you know, just recently, like 3 days ago. So they were really going through a rough time. So you want to keep him in our thoughts, right? But yes, that's about it for the Miami Sangha.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And I left our virtual Sangha for last, which is the BSI. And this year we have had a wonderful year, but sometimes difficult year because of the material that we have covered, we have studied. And it was a wonderful learning experience for all of us to come in touch with our feelings about certain authors, Buddhist authors, people of authority, people of rank, like highly respected monastics. And so some of those authors made a deep impact on our students, but they remain. They continue to study. They continue with their presentations and they continue with their work in spite of the pain that was causing them. And that was heroic, I think. And I thank all of those who did that, because it took a lot of effort and a lot of self-awareness and a lot of strength to do that, to continue the work in spite of the pain. So in my view, we had a successful year. Our Sangha has grown, although some of the members belong to other Sanghas, or all of the members belong to other Sanghas. I like to think of the Buddha Dharma Studies Institute as a Sangha in itself. We have a lot. Tay, I'm very happy and humble to present to you our students of the Buddha Dharma Institute that you created with your mind. But that's perfect. Yes. And so I think there were no issues with the classes in terms of scheduling, or in terms of, we were able to create a situation where everyone was able to participate. And when people could not participate, we were hopefully flexible enough to respect their time too. We are, like I said, it was a tremendously great learning experience. And next year, we're going to do some changes. We're going to make some, adjustments.
Curriculum, right?
In different aspects, in different respects. I think we had mentors. We're going to kind of rethink how we mentor. I'm very grateful for the students that I mentored. I think they did a wonderful job. They're extremely receptive and people who already know so much, probably much more than I do. And it showed. And I'm grateful for that. Other people mentor other students, and I think they equally benefited from that experience. This coming year, we're going to again rethink the mentorship, so that, because it can get, we only have 3 mentors actually. And so we need to reconsider and even ask some of you who are already Dharma teachers. We ask you to please consider.
Yeah, you can do the volunteer.
Volunteer, yes. Yes.
Because we have a lot of unemployed Dharma teachers.
Exactly. A lot of people who are going to retire soon.
And we pay a really good salary. BSI, right?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Buddha wages.
The Buddha wages. Very hefty Buddha wages.
The Dharma stock doesn't crash.
That's true. It goes up, it goes horizontally and vertically, you know,
Yes.
it grows. So, so yeah, please consider.
Yeah, the bank of Nirvana.
Yeah, right? Yes. And so I just want to thank the students who are here and thank those who are not here. I want to thank Greg for the tremendous amount of work that he put with Canvas and keeping us on, you know, in order, keeping us on time, keeping us, you know, doing the right thing. And of course, John, he's so helpful. He supports Craig. And he certainly supports me every time I need something. I go, John, I need this, John. So John has been very helpful. And Fat Lam. I mean, what can I say? You all know Fat Lam. And there is nothing I can say enough for what she does. She's like amazing. And Jack Bien. Jack Bien has been a tremendous moral support for us, for me, particularly. He has been there. He's a source of kindness and compassion. And he's extremely knowledgeable. And when he has participated, he has enriched our practice. So thank you for that. And thank you all for all the work that you do.
I need to speak.
Yes, please.
I have a health development that's come up. I have some odd nodules, pulmonary nodules. So it's likely to be nothing. I mean, more often than not, it's nothing, but it's enough that I can't treat it like it's nothing. So I'm going to be a lot less involved in the day-to-day activities of BSI. I'm going to continue on the board as the secretary and with the website. I will be doing the setup over the summer, but my role, I think, is probably going to be different next year in the class. And hopefully I'll be able to participate in the forums more. I haven't really done that at all, but I just wanted to, I shared this with some people and I wanted to just share it with everyone.
Thank you, Greg. And
I wanted to give the history to those of people who don't know. It took us a lot of years to get this class going. A lot of people trying to take the leadership and to get the ball rolling. And I think, you know, you all 5 of you deserve a lot of credit to carry this through. It's not easy. It's a lot of time consuming, very frustrating. You know, I know how much work it takes. So, you know, I think when I tell you, we appreciate so much the effort, and it's never going to be perfect. It's gonna, you know, take tweaking every year, but we need to keep it going.
thank you, Fernando. And good news. It's really wonderful that we have 3rd-year students. You are going to be invited to take a more active role in the course, in the classes. You're going to be asked to chant the Heart Sutra and to offer incense and to be engaged in the ceremonials or practices. Because we want to prepare you to become teachers. And to become teachers, you need to know, we all need to know what the DTO is all about and the rituals and the whatever. So we're going to be, you know, asking people, volunteering people, Ted.
I don't think that'll be too hard. People are
Right, so we'll
very
see.
interested.
We'll hope that you respond to our calling. And that you start practicing the Heart Sutra already at the start of the DTO, so that we
Yes,
can.
some people already have.
Yes, I heard.
Yeah.
Chris,
So the heart thing is only for the first couple of people, but after that people just copy it, so it's not difficult. Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you a story about Thai. I went to do a retreat with Thai many years ago. And I walk into this room, there's hundreds of people. And I walk in, they all stand up and start clapping. They didn't know anything. So I sit in the front with Thai and 4 other people. And Thai says, well, say the 5 contemplations. I didn't know at that time. 5 contemplations. I said, I don't know. So I go the whole retreat, I memorize the 5 contemplations. Towards the end of the retreat with him, I sit down, I recite it in front of him. He says, next the heart super.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good one.
Yeah, sometimes ago, you informed me about the Spanish
Oh, yes.
Dharma class. Is that something going on now?
The class has not started yet because I'm still looking for the correct books.
Yeah.
And I'm considering the number of books because I don't want to have too many books to
Yeah.
read. So, and that's why I haven't started. And then my husband is very ill and I work full time
Yeah.
outside of
Yeah.
home. And the class also take a lot of my, so time has been a little bit of a challenge, but it will take off and not, I don't know
Yeah.
when, but it will.
When the conditions are right.
You have assistantship from the Fernando, Leo, Novo Silence,
Right.
and the guy in
Where's Suzette? She's back.
Too much is not told.
Suzette, and then the one man in Austin.
Oh, Alex Quiroz.
Alex. He's in San Antonio,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Alex.
but Noble Silence retired. He says he doesn't, he's just doing his martial arts. He doesn't, because I spoke with him.
Yeah, so he worked full time for DTO. And one lady, very good in Spanish, that is Janet.
Oh, Janet too is retired.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
retired. Yeah.
Tomorrow she will be here, so
Yeah. Oh, she will.
I hope, yeah,
I hope. Okay.
Maybe.
Me too. That would be great.
yeah.
But
that's
we'll take off. We'll, you know, once I formulate it in my head how
Yeah.
I'm going to organize it, then it's gonna be easier.
yeah.
But I work here easier than here.
Is that they not translate all the book we use into Spanish, no?
No, there are some are translated. A lot of them are translated,
Yeah.
but I think for a beginners, for Spanish speaking will be too much
Nice.
because of the Spanish people are very attached to their faith in the Christian roots.
Yeah.
And Buddhism challenges the mind and challenges faith
No,
and beliefs.
you use some book like Living Buddha, Living Christ,
Right.
Good Heart of a Dalai Lama.
Yes.
Those are book, and then slowly.
There are more, yeah. And that's why I need to have fewer books so that people can read slow and go and learn slowly
Yeah.
and build up.
Yeah.
So, but it will take off, I
Yeah.
promise.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you for
thank you.
asking.
Thank you.
I think we did. Anyone from our Sangha, BSI Sangha, that would like to express their experience?
Would you mind raising your hand if you're in the
just-
BSI
Just
class so
briefly,
that Ty
because-
can see?
Wait,
Oh, I'm sorry.
just briefly give whatever you experience and because we're time constrained now. So now follow.
Go ahead and raise your hands if
Raise your-
you're part of the BSI class, so Ty can see who you are.
Your BSI. Your BSI.
Raise your hand, Kwang Fat.
So you know it's funny.
So some new faces that will soon be familiar to you. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone,
Mike Bellingham, so this is just completing my second year in BSI, and I am extremely grateful for all the work that has gone into it. And I live in middle of nowhere, Texas. I do not have an in-person physical Sangha. So there was a comment earlier about how we have many Sangha and there's overlap, and the BSI is its own. For me, BSI is my only Sangha. So I'm extremely grateful for everybody's presence, and to have been able to have the privilege to travel here from Texas. It was kind of a pain to do that, but I'm really glad that I did. And I look forward to connecting with each of you individually more, as much as you're willing. I may be annoying as I try to capitalize on this opportunity as much as I possibly can. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, I have a hope that he would become a monk. This afternoon I asked him, he said he married already.
But he shaved his head?
Yeah.
One step at a time.
I think it's that.
Be careful, be careful, careful.
He have a website and 500 people use that website. Yeah. That's
yes,
wonderful.
he's spoken about it during
Yeah.
class,
Yeah.
and he's given us some very beautiful talks too, and imagery, and
Yeah.
very beautiful. Your work is beautiful, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
We all do.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true.
And he's been teaching us how to do some of the technical wizardry that he does, right? You offer a class
Oh,
or two.
yes.
Yeah, this year I put together a series of videos to try to share tech skills, and I have one final one that I'll be putting out later that hopefully will be maybe a go-to resource for how to give online presentations that maybe students in future year classes may be able to refer to. Specifically giving the technical skills that may be useful for the style of presentations that we give. So.
Thank you. Anyone else?
So by the way, I just look at the schedule tomorrow from 11 to 12. It's normally a personal time, but anyone interested in practicing Bell Mokyo,
Yes.
we have that.
It's yes, right, yeah. And please remember to sign if you want to interview with Ty. Sign, the sheets are there, Ty or Fatlan. Or you can interview with both at a time, one at a time. Anyone else from BSI that would like to share?
Is it bedtime?
Yeah, so the mission of the DTO is mainly focused on the prison. Yeah, because so far we do a lot of work on the prison. We have a course for the DCC, that is the Buddhist correspondent course for the inmate. So we spend a lot of effort to do that. Why we focus on the prison? Because not many people want to do that. In US, when you become the prisoner, then your life is finished, and nobody want to care and to do anything for the prisoner. So that's why a lot of prisoners, when they get out, they find some way to go back, because outside there's no life for them. It's difficult to find job, difficult to find a place to live. If they check the CV, the background, that you are the inmates, then almost no chance to get a job. But I heard that many inmates, when they become the Buddhists, when they get out, they try to not to come back. So that is a good thing. And if you go to the prison, you will see a lot of people interested in meditation, in learning Buddhism, and they are very, very, very nice people. You know, the prison in US is something like a business.
It is.
The more prisoners, the more money they get. And the people don't give the people the second chance to begin anew. No way to begin anew. When you are there, then you finish. That is so sad. Yeah, when one time was I went to a prison, but it's far away, so we have to travel from the Saturday afternoon, and then we stay in the friend, and so next Sunday morning, so we could come there early. And on that day was I stand outside waiting for the to get the permission to go in, and I saw the behind the wall of the prison a lot of the white and on the top, but in between the white there is a tree, myrtle tree with a blooming. And at that time was sunshine, so beautiful. Yeah. So I wrote a few lines that is under the prison wall, under the barbed wire, the myrtle tree blooming is the morning sun. So this is a lot of young people, is a talented people, but they are, unfortunately, because some mistake, they land there, and then their life is finished. That is a pity. So that's why we try to do something to help them. Yeah. So our mission, we focus mainly on the prison project. So any one of you haven't signed up for a mentor for the prisoner, do it. If you have a chance to go to the prison to set up the meditation group, try to do it. It's a wonderful experience. Yeah, thank you.
Richard was trying to collect data for people who took the course in person and what the recidivism rate was. Do you know, did he ever get that?
No, he never did. He was going to, he thought he had more time.
Yeah, but then you haven't.
Going once? Anyone wants? Well, you have a chance to speak up tomorrow, because you're going to be put in the hot seat, regardless. And so go collect a lot of courage tonight.
Oh yeah, we're tough.
Yes. And so if you couldn't share tonight, you will certainly will share tomorrow. So now we just take a few deep breaths. We'll sit for 10 minutes. I breathe in, I calm my body. I breathe out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Stand for about the Buddha, about the Venerable Te, no, the Sangha. About to take. About the Sangha.
I showed you something interesting. That's found.
Oh, you got Kali.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
This is the Catholic center. It's run by the Catholic. I still have a statue.
But notice it's all the women.
Yeah,
This place is really celebrating the woman so much.
yeah,
It's
the
wonderful.
memory before.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so very much for this beautiful day. Thank you for being here. And we'll meet again here tomorrow at 6:30 for early practice. And now you want to hang out, we can go have a coffee before you go to bed. Or not.
Are we in noble silence?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Thank you, Dylan. We're going to exercise noble silence from now until tomorrow at lunchtime after the second bell. That's when we break silence. For now, we are in noble silence.
So if
Thank
we
you so
hang
much.
out, we have to do sign language.
Well, actually, noble silence begins at 10. So from here to 10, you can go hang out and talk everything you need to talk. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good night.